All right, we are done here in California. We got unloaded. My other camera, I took so much footage coming down here. My other camera, the memory card's full up, so I had to get my other camera out here. We're using the backup GoPro. This is the GoPro Hero, the one I normally use that you see most of the times, the Hero 3 Plus. So yeah, right there's my freight sitting on the dock. I'm just getting ready to leave this place and go to the dealership, get the recall done on my van here, the drive shaft coupler again. It's due, so we're gonna get down to the dealer, get that taken care of, get an oil change, and we're gonna get us a nap. We are tired, burnt out, man. So we'll catch you guys here in a bit, man. We'll update you when we hear more. Y'all have a good day that way. We'll see you. Well, this just seems like some backcountry farm town, but apparently there's some kind of business back here. Kind of strange. It does not fit the locale of where you would think a place to pick up freight is. Let's see what we got here. Alright guys, so things like this can happen too. Frustrating things, mind you. I just pulled up to the shipper, and mind you, this was somewhere between 110 and 120 miles for me to drive out here. So it took me over 2 hours to get here. And I'm out in the middle of the desert, mountains, whatever you want to call it. I give the exact name of the town here. I'm in a little town called Rosamond, California. Rosamond. I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but let me give you a little look around here. You know, I'm just out here, middle desert, farm, you know, whatever kind of country you want to call this. I mean, literally in the middle of nowhere. And yeah. So put you back up here. Sorry about that. So I get out here and I tell these folks who I am, what I'm here for. They loaded my freight on an 18-wheeler, and sorry about that. That's all they have for you. Sorry. Yeah, we sent it on another truck. He had the same reference number and it matched the reference number here for the freight. Well, how do two different vehicles have the same exact reference number for the same exact freight? That's the part I could never mentally comprehend or wrap my head around sometimes. How do multiple companies, trucks, carriers, whatever, how do they all have that same reference number if they're not approved to pick that freight up? So at that point, is it just, okay, we're going to hire 3 different companies to go out there, and we have overflow money, so the other 2 companies, if they get there after the first guy, we'll just pay them dry run, which could be anywhere from $25 to maybe $150. So 2 hours of my time for driving all the way out here, you might get, like I say, $25 all the way up to $150, depending on how much money you have vested in it, or how much overflow the broker or whatever has to give away. So basically give 2 guys, you know, dry run money, and then they'll pay the guy that gets here first to just actually take the run. I've heard of this happening multiple times, and I don't agree with it. It's horrible. It's a horrible situation, and these brokers should not be allowed or have access to do such things to people like us out here trying to make a living supporting our family. There should be a contractual way that it's mandated that only one company be allowed to pick the freight up, nobody else. And this is just the headaches I'm going through right now. I'm waiting on my phone to ring. I got to call out to dispatch. They said they'd get back to me, and I'm sitting here on property, which I don't know if or, you know, what good it's going to do me sitting here, because the freight's gone, unless they somehow get a hold of the company and make that guy turn around and come back. But the clock's ticking, so the more the clock ticks, the less time I have to get it to where it's going anyway, unless they approve me for more time on the bottom end. So that's where I'm standing right now, man. So I'll get y'all here in a little bit and let you know what happens. The end result is if I do indeed get the freight back, or if I wind up deadheading right back to LA where I came from, 2 hours away, because this definitely is not a good freight area. I'm in the middle of nowhere. I can't believe they got a load way out here in the first place. Kind of crazy. Normally all your freight comes from LA, but this is literally on top of the mountain in the middle of the desert. There's barely but a couple houses sitting here on this the backcountry mountain road. So I'll get back with y'all, man. Y'all be well. Alright guys, I wish I had some good news to report back to you, but I do not. It was all bad today. Had over 120 mile deadhead, went all the way up there, and it was a no-go. They had loaded the freight onto another truck, and so, you know, such is life. It's part of expediting. It happens. It's really disappointing and frustrating. You know, I'm not going to take it away. But you learn to try. You really, I can't stress it enough, you try to accept the fact that it happens every once in a while. So far with Barrett, it has not happened very often with me. You know, that I can remember. This is only like the second time it's happened to me in the year I've been with them, or just under a year, whatever the case may be. So, you know, I got a dry run out of it. A little over $100. You know, I ain't gonna keep that from y'all. So, 120 mile deadhead there, and I got 120 miles to head back to LA. So, a total of 240 miles, and I'm getting just slightly over $100. Not great money, not great reimbursement. It's still quite frustrating, but you can only do what you can do, man. So we're gonna head back to LA, reposition ourselves, and I don't know. Maybe we'll go take out some of this frustration on some weights, go hit the gym for a little bit, have us a nice dinner, and wake up tomorrow and refreshed and try again. Alright guys, well, we're finally leaving California after 6 days of sitting and waiting. Yeah, I said 6 days. You heard me right. And I'm not leaving on a good note either. I don't even have any freight in the back of my van. I'm deadheading over to El Paso. By instruction of dispatch, they seem to think something could happen out that way, so I'm hoping I don't go over there just to sit again, because I talked to dispatch last week. They had a couple guys in El Paso. One of them was sitting there for 3 days. So I'm not very comfortable or happy knowing that I'm going this route. But we're going to go and see what kind of miracle they can perform, and hopefully they can somehow make us up to me, because this has been started off as a good week last week when I come to California, 2,100 miles, and I was hoping to pile up some miles on top of that the end of my pay week this week. But that didn't seem to happen, so here we go. Look at that big, beautiful girl. Yes, sir. I'd like to go scaling that old girl. Hike that thing for a couple days. Woo! Be awful cold up top, though. Looks like some snow up there at the very top peak. See you later, New Mexico. Thank you for having us. Gasoline here in New Mexico, well, Texas now, 203. Very nice. Hello, Texas. Well, good, beautiful morning, YouTube. Nice to be back with y'all again. It's been a minute. Things have been really kind of weird lately. I spent 7 days down in California. I spent a day or two there in El Paso, Texas as well. The freight out that way was really minuscule. Well, when I say minuscule, I'm referring to the monetary aspect of it. Very, very cheap. So we sat around for a lot longer than we had originally anticipated. But we finally got out after a long overdue deadhead, and yeah, we ended up having a deadhead out of Cali, like 700-800 miles. We deadheaded within Cali a couple hundred miles, chasing after a load that canceled on us. So it's just been a horrible, horrible week trying to chase that dollar. And we finally recouped and made up for it. You know, we had 2,100 miles going into Cali. We sat for 6-7 days. Got to Texas. Got a 1,700 mile run out of Texas to Michigan. And that's where we are currently on our way to right now, to Michigan. Belleville, Michigan to be exact. And We are on the southern edges of Chicago, Illinois right now. We're on 55 northbound. Getting down the road here just a piece. We're going to stop here and fuel up just a little bit. Our last fuel stop of the day. And yeah, then we'll be done. And then we're going to, the house is probably a couple hours from where I'm delivering, so I'm going to head to the house. I'm going to go see the girls momentarily for a day or two and then get back in service. But yeah, it's been an uneventful week up until this point, so that kind of gets you guys up to speed right now, man. Hope y'all is doing well out that way. We are going to continue on down the road, get this thing unloaded, get to my girls, and we shall see you guys then. Y'all have a good day that way. We see you, bye.
The closer you got to me, the faster I try to